This is a show with no particular niche, baby. It's always about hanging out. Maybe we'll laugh at some stuff, maybe we'll learn something new, but it's always about hanging out, me and you. Hi, hello, and welcome to That Thing with James. I'm your host, James, and welcome back, or welcome for the first time. What's up, first timers? In case you didn't catch it in the opening song, this is a show about nothing in particular. This show has no particular niche beyond whatever the hell I feel like talking about when I hit record. And I've got some fun stuff lined up today because I feel like talking about curse words. So I'm going to put it right up front. I mean, this is already an explicit rated show. So no, KNOW, know that especially this episode is marked as explicit because, well, the very nature of today's topic, of today's episode, is common insults from around the world. Now, we're not going to every country. We're sticking with 3 countries, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I've read one country. I know a few from another country. And then a third country I've heard some from, but I've got some stuff pulled up so we can learn more about how insults work in other parts of the world. So pack your suitcase, put that, whatever, take care of your stuff. Take care of your stuff. I was going to make a drug mule joke, but it wasn't working out well and I abandoned it midway through. Forget my failed and mid-joke abandonment and come with me, yes, as we explore common insults from around the world with Rick Steves. You ever watch Rick Steves? If you do, then you know he's awesome. Rick Steves is awesome. If you've never heard of Rick Steves, look him up. It's like a PBS kind of a travel show. He's been doing it for a long time now. And par for the course for PBS stuff, it's just so calming and wholesome. But Rick Steves is a boss. Oh, yeah, he's a boss. You would never expect it. He seems like so milquetoast. It really is pretty milquetoast. But he's an ardent supporter of cannabis legalization and has been for many decades now. You wouldn't expect it. Maybe if you do know who Rick Steves is, maybe you didn't know that detail, but chances are, if you know who Rick Steves is, you also know he's an ardent cannabis supporter from Oregon. Or I call it Oregon. Some people call it Oregon. I don't know why they call it that. It seems a bit, like a weird way to pronounce it or whatever. Newcomers, welcome. This show is always marked as explicit, but today is no different. And also no different, this episode is up on YouTube. So if you're just listening and you're curious about what my face looks like, I can guarantee you it's pleasant to look at, and you can find it on YouTube. Just go there and in the search bar type That Thing with James, and my channel will pop up. And there you can subscribe and then watch and like and put nice comments on and share the show with all your friends. Speaking of sharing the show, I've been getting more emails than usual lately because I have been consistently getting more views and listens than I did for the majority of the existence of this podcast. This podcast was a lot different. If you go back, if you haven't been around since the beginning, this podcast is a lot different than it was pre-pandemic. Understandably so. I don't even live in the same place, in the same city, in the same state that I did when this show started. I used to have a lot of guests on. yeah, that's whatever. Where was I going? Yeah. So I've been getting more emails lately from like search engine optimization agencies and stuff like that. And a few consistent emails have said, "Hey, that thing with James. People can't find your podcast because Google doesn't know how to categorize your show. It doesn't know what your show is about." To which I say, yes, this is not necessarily a strategic thing on my part. It is, however, becoming a strategic thing in that I am not employing these agencies, right? Because I don't have the money for it, or if they want to do like some contingency thing where they get like 5 or 10% if I start getting subscriptions to my Patreon, which don't let me forget, I'm going to mention Patreon here in a few minutes, hopefully less time than that. Are they going to want a certain percentage of what I get from Patreon subscriptions, that sort of thing? Are they going to try to push me to do advertisements on this show? I don't do ads. I very intentionally, I do not do ads, and I aim to continue not doing ads for the duration of this show, however long it will go. I don't know. I don't see an end in sight. I'm only doing this because I've tried not doing it, and I feel better when I do it. It gives me something to do. It's my little hobby. And maybe, there was a time where I was like, I could make some money. I could replace my day job or make this a viable side hustle. That has yet to happen. But that's not really my goal anymore, because when that was my goal, I was not having fun doing this thing. So I have more fun approaching this as it's just something I enjoy devoting a certain amount of time to. And so I do. And as far as Google and YouTube, which is owned by Google, having trouble categorizing me, well, like I said at the very beginning, this is a show about nothing in particular. It is a show with no particular niche, which understandably so makes it kind of difficult to categorize because there are no categories for miscellaneous shows. I wouldn't even describe this as a variety show, because a variety in show implies, well, variety show, this comes back to what I studied. Newcomers, I have a master's in theater. Yes, so I've done a lot of school, a lot of stuff, and I've got a lot of random knowledge when it comes to entertainment and theatrical arts, that sort of thing. So variety show came out of vaudeville, or basically it was like another name for a vaudeville show, meaning you would buy a ticket and you would go for an hour or 3 hours to this show, and you would get a variety of acts, be it comedians, which from vaudeville, comedians evolved pretty quickly into what we know today as stand-up comedy. And that is part of why stand-up is particularly big and almost like non-existent, or just starting in a lot of other countries. The reason it exists in the US, and I don't know for sure about Canada. Yes, there are a shit ton of stand-ups in Canada, but I'm talking about vaudeville specifically. Vaudeville variety shows started in the US, and then they got picked up in the UK. All right. I think I've got that chronology correct. Started in the US, and then the UK started doing it too. And out of vaudeville came many things. one of the most prominent that is still very active today is stand-up comedy. So, because vaudeville was big here and probably in Canada and in England and Scotland, we all have a lot of stand-ups and have had stand-ups for many decades now. Not quite a century, but we're getting there. It's getting close. So the variety part of vaudeville is that, yeah, you would get comedians, you would get singers, you would get dancers, you would get little animals like a mini poodle balancing on a beach ball kind of thing. So you would get a variety of acts. And that's why I am loath to call this podcast or categorize it as a variety show, because this is not that whatever the fuck it was on NPR, that would, like old radio shows would have variety shows as well, because I don't have a variety of acts. This is just a variety of topics. So it defies categorization, it defies pigeonholing, it defies necessarily fitting just into a box, I feel. And yes, that is difficult for people to advertise. It's difficult to promote with like search engine optimization stuff. And frankly, I don't give a fuck, because I was thinking about this. What I got going on here is going to be more common, perhaps, because I'm not a stand-up comedian. So this is my show's more akin to whatever the fuck, like Cumtown and everything, but they're all stand-up comedians, and that's part of their promotional material is podcasting. What I was going to say is I don't know in exactly what way, but I feel it's safe to say, because I've seen it time and time again, whatever the fuck I'm doing is about 10 years ahead of the curve, because whatever I do, I'm old enough now. I'm almost 40 years old, so I've been through just about 4 decades, and I'm seeing a pattern where just whatever I do, the way I go about things, the way I see stuff is generally about a decade ahead of the curve. That's not to say I'm super special, super smart. This is not that kind of bullshit. I'm just saying what I've noticed flat out, and I'm not the only one. So, Patreon, if you do want to help support the show, you'll get a lot. I think we're over 140 bonus episodes now. In return, you can get access to those by supporting the show at patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. Once again, that is patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. There are different subscription tiers. The higher you go, the different perks there are offered. So, yeah, check it out. And to those of you who are already patrons, thank you so much. You rock. And in case you missed what I said, you don't have to remember me saying patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames, because I have it written in the episode description. If you're interested, it's right there for you. I've made life easier for you. You're welcome. Now, let's tuck into some common insults. I've got 3 countries and some articles pulled up. I've only reviewed one of them. And we're going to have fun with this. So first, because it's hot as hell, I'm going to chug some water, and then we'll get right into it. Be right back. Okay. Whew. Man, it's hot. Got hot fast. Luckily, not as hot as France this past week. Let's start with what kicked this off. Just a random search I did a couple mornings ago with Japanese insults. So here, this is on lingopie.com. What's the title? 12 plus Japanese curse words and swear words with context. Computer, make this guy talk good with context. By Millennia Quarasema. Karasima. I've never seen that last name. Published last year, May 28th, 2025. Okay, here we go. While linguists argue about the longest word in the world, I learned something more useful in a Tokyo classroom: real Japanese curse words. Yes, swearing exists in this Asian language, and if you've ever watched anime or lived in Japan, you've heard these spicy Japanese words before. Yeah, like to quote Joseph Joestar. Impossible! This isn't the car! Oh no! And other great quotes like, oh my god! Holy shit! I love those clips of English in the JoJo series. It's so funny. Let's keep reading. In this post, we'll break down the most common Japanese swear words and insults, their use, and what they really mean. But let's be clear, the aim here isn't to pepper your speech with Japanese profanity, okay? Rather, it's to equip you with the knowledge to better understand native speakers, navigate social interactions, and appreciate Japanese culture in its full glory. Yeah, so what I find interesting about cursing in different languages is that just the form insults take differ in different cultures around the world, and it gives a lot of insight actually into how different cultures view and value different things. Culture A may not even consider the existence of something in life, whereas culture B may focus a lot on certain things that culture A doesn't even recognize. Okay. Let's see. Japanese people swear significantly less than Americans in everyday conversation. As a rule, the Japanese do not often use insults in everyday language, and you can walk around the street and not hear any obscenities at all. The strongest Japanese curse words pale in comparison to their English counterparts. Instead of dropping F-bombs, Japanese culture has developed more subtle ways to express frustration. We have speech-level manipulation, using the intricate system of kaigo, honorific language, and switching between formal and casual speech to express displeasure. There are mild exclamations like mo, or haragatatsu, I'm irritated, or atama ni kuru, I'm losing my temper, atama ni kuru, kuru. And then tone over context. It's usually not a single word or phrase that conveys the meaning, but the delivery and tone of speech that reveals one's intentions. Most swear words in Japanese are done by using more common words or phrases and adding a couple words or changing the way you say them. This cultural preference for indirect communication means that many Japanese keep their feelings inside rather than spitting it all out, relying on subtlety over shock value to express anger or frustration. Okay, common Japanese swear words. Japanese curse words work differently than English ones. Most aren't about sex or religion. Instead, they're about calling someone stupid, telling them to shut up, or expressing frustration when things go wrong. Curious? Let's get to know the most common ones you'll actually hear. Here's a quick list of the most common Japanese swear words we'll cover. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. So we have kuso. And don't hang me. I don't speak all of these languages we're covering today, so if I mispronounce something, don't hang me. I'm doing my best. Kuso. Kuso means shit or damn. Kuso. Fuzakeruna means fuck off. So a lot of these, if you play the Yakuza games, you hear this stuff You know, you've heard these words if you've played the Yakuza games. So I've definitely heard them shout, Fuzakeruna! Fuck off. That's what that means. We have Shinjimai. Shinjimai. Go to hell. Shinjimai. Go to hell. We have Chikusho. Chikusho. Chikusho means damn it. Chikusho. And then baka. Don't be so baka. Don't be baka. That means stupid or idiot. I've also seen it mean crazy. Don't be baka. Okay, so we've got some more here. Fuzakeruna means fuck off. Shinjimade. Chikusho. Damn it, son of a bitch. Baka, stupid idiot. We have aho. Aho means moron or dumbass. So I wonder what's the case for using baka instead of aho and vice versa. Damare kono yaro. Damare kono yaro. Shut up, you bastard. Shut up, you bastard. Damare kono yaro. We have busu / botoko means, so busu is ugly woman. Botoko is an ugly man. Botoko. We have uzai, annoying, pain in the ass. Uzai. We have warugaki. Warugaki. Spoiled brat. Okay, so let's put this together. Uzai. Damare. Warugaki. That means annoying. Shut up, spoiled brat. Doke. Oh, that's so cute. Doke means get out of my way. Uh-oh. Here's a spicy one. Yariman. Yariman. That means slut. Shinni means go die. Okay, so here we go. Meaning kuso, meaning fuck. Kuso literally means poo or shit. And the Chinese love saying shit a lot. They love saying shit. I don't know what the Mandarin word or the Cantonese word for shit is, but I spend a lot of time, on Chinese social media apps, and I'm learning Mandarin, and I've got some friends, and man, they love the word shit. Anyway, let's keep reading here. We're on Japanese. We're going to get to Chinese after this. Kuso, meaning fuck, literally means poo, shit, and serves as a jack of all trades in Japanese profanity. As a standalone exclamation, kuso is equivalent to yelling damn or shit when frustrated. It's relatively mild, common in casual settings or media, but kuso truly shines in its role as an adjective. Slap it in front of another word, and you've instantly created a Japanese insult. Take, for instance, kusogaki, for example. By combining kuso with gaki, which means brat, you've crafted the delightful Japanese phrase, shitty brat. For those times when simply saying kuso isn't enough, there's the nuclear option, kusokurai. Oh, that means eat shit. Kusokurai. Okay. Fuzakeruna means fuck off or stop messing with me. That sounds like something Jonathan Joestar would say. Fuzakeruna. Born from the verb fuzakeru, meaning to mess around, this sharp command tells someone to knock it off pronto. And the na at the end for an extra bite, you've got yourself a verbal stop sign. Does this sound familiar? Well, you likely encountered this Japanese swear word in heated arguments or tense scenes in manga and Japanese anime before. If not, you've probably heard the casual shortened version form, which is Fuzakena. Fuzakena. Moving on, we have Shinjime. Shinjime. Crank that soldier. Shinji, crank that soldier boy. Shinjime means drop dead, go to hell. Shinjime is one of the hardest expressions in the Japanese language, derived from the term shinu. Meaning to die. Shinu. Shinigami, shinu. It literally translates to die, but is used to mean go to hell or drop dead. This phrase is employed in moments of extreme anger or frustration, indicating that the speaker wishes harm or death upon the recipient. Due to its severity, it's rarely used in real-life situations and is more commonly encountered in fictional media to depict high-conflict scenarios. Shinjime is considered one of the most offensive phrases in Japanese and is not suitable for casual use. Okay, so it's like whipping out a piece, right? Mid-combo. Do not walk in and just whip out the Shinjime, Okay, moving on to chikusho. Chikusho means son of a bitch or damn it. Depending on the context and tone, chikusho can express a range of emotions from frustration and dismay to surprise or even excitement. Commonly, chikusho is used as an exclamation rather than being directed at a specific person. You might hear it when someone encounters an unexpected setback, like chikusho banku da, meaning, damn it, I have a flat tire. Banku da. Interestingly, it can be used positively, such as when celebrating a sports team victory. Oh yeah, so kind of like, fuck yeah, hell yeah. However, this word can be used when something really great happens. For example, when your favorite sports team wins a match, of course, the context and tone are everything here. Baka. Stupid. Fool. In casual settings among friends, baka might be used playfully, similar to calling someone a you dummy. You don't be so baka, Shinji. However, when said with genuine anger or to a stranger, it becomes more offensive. For instance, baka can be used on its own as an exclamation or directed at someone, baka yaro, meaning you idiot. It's worth noting that in some religions, particularly Osaka, baka is considered more offensive than in standard Japanese, where aho is the preferred term. Interesting. Okay. Moving on to aho, idiot, moron. In the Kansai region, particularly in Osaka, aho is generally considered milder than baka and is used more casually, sometimes even affectionately among friends. Conversely, in standard Japanese and Eastern regions like Tokyo, aho, I think I said religions earlier, probably meant regions. Like Tokyo, aho can be perceived as harsher than baka. Okay, so they've flip-flopped. The word can be used on its own, yada, 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 yada. Aho ka, meaning, are you stupid? Damare kono yaro. Damare kono yaro, meaning, shut up, you bastard. This phrase combines two elements to create a forceful and insulting command. Damare is the imperative form of damaru, to be silent, essentially meaning shut up. Kono yaro is a harsh way of addressing someone, similar to you bastard or you asshole in English. In addition, yaro to insults, the addition of yaro to insults significantly increases their severity. It's a masculine term typically translated to bastard or asshole and is not used when addressing women. when combined with damare. It creates a highly confrontational phrase that not only tells someone to be quiet, but also insults them in the process. Shut the fuck up. Damare yaro. Busu, meaning extremely ugly woman, is a highly offensive and demeaning term used to insult a woman's appearance. Japan? Insulting women? No way. Really? It's considered one of the crueler ways to describe someone, roughly equivalent to calling a woman ugly or hideous in English. That's pretty fucking ugly. Buotoko, meaning extremely ugly man. Buotoko is the male counterpart of busu, used to insult a man's appearance. It's highly offensive, that translates to extremely ugly man or hideous guy in English. Like its female counterpart, it is a cruel and demeaning insult that should not be used lightly. Uzai, pain in the ass or extremely annoying, is a colloquial term used to describe someone or something that is extremely annoying or bothersome. It's roughly equivalent to calling someone or something a pain in the ass in English, though it can be used more broadly to describe any irritating situation or person. Warugaki, a spoiled brat, is a compound word that combines waru, meaning bad or evil, and gaki, meaning kid or brat. Together, it translates to bad kid, or more colloquially, spoiled brat. Yada, 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 yada. Doke, get out of my way. This term is considered quite rude and aggressive in Japanese. So, if you go to Tokyo and you bump into someone, you push them and say, doke. Brusque way of telling someone to move without any of the politeness typically expected in Japanese social interactions. The abruptness of doke makes it inappropriate for most everyday situations. Yariman. Yariman. Slut. Highly offensive and vulgar term used to describe a promiscuous woman, similar to slut or whore in English. It is a compound word combining yari from the verb yaru, meaning to do, or in this context, to have sex, and man, a crude slang term, or man, whatever the fuck. It doesn't say. Oh, no, that is man. Man is a crude slang term for female genitalia. So it's kind of like saying, do cunt. What the fuck? This word is extremely derogatory and, again, misogyny in Japan. No, couldn't be, baka. Don't be so baka. It's considered one of the most offensive terms in Japanese, particularly towards women. The use of yariman is not only insulting, but also reflects poorly on the speaker, as it demonstrates a lack of respect and a willingness to use harmful and sexist language. Shini, go die, is extremely harsh and offensive command that literally means die or go die. It's derived from the verb shinu, meaning to die, with an elongated e sound at the end, adding emphasis and making it sound more aggressive. Okay, so, interesting. So, I gotta say, before we get into the other languages, it was not so easy to find a fully fleshed out article like this. There are other, socio-political things at play that, if you understand the relations between the U.S. and some of these other countries, maybe you'll understand why it's a lot easier to find a fully fleshed out and somewhat, indirectly glazing article of Japan in the U.S. Anyway, let's keep reading here. How swearing works in anime versus real life. Anime characters, I watch a lot of anime, swear more than real Japanese people. A lot more. That's because anime is more focused on exaggerating life experiences. The insults are sharper, the tone louder, and the reactions bigger. Common anime phrases with swearing quirks. Not Kirk. I do not carry the flame. Baka. Used in almost every genre. Romance, comedy, shonen, you name it. Sometimes it's playful, sometimes it's brutal. Gonoyaru. Shows up in fight scenes constantly, paired with yelling, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think that is quite enough for this. So what's next? Common Chinese insults. I found this wiki. There's a whole wiki page here for Mandarin Chinese profanity that we're going to get into after I take a quick pee break. Be right back. Moving on. Okay, we're looking at the Mandarin Chinese profanity page on Wikipedia. I found a couple like actual articles, like actual pages for this stuff, but the websites wouldn't load. What the fuck? Yet the Japanese ones load just like that. What the fuck, man? Weird. Mandarin Chinese profanity most commonly involves sexual references and scorn of the target's ancestors, especially their mother. Other Mandarin insults accuse people of not being human. Compared to English, scatological and blasphemous references are often less used. In a 1968 academic study of Chinese pejorative words, more than a third of the 325-term corpus of abusive expressions compare the insulted person with an animal, with the worst curses being animal, generally pig, dog, animal, or animal in dress, which deny the person of human dignity. The expressions contain metaphorical references to the following domesticated animals: dogs, cows, and chickens. We've got horse, cat, duck, sheep, donkey, camel. A variety of wild animals are used in these pejorative terms, and the most common are monkey and tiger, symbolizing ugliness and power, respectively. Okay, so here we go. Insults. Certain terms are generally used for the purpose of insulting the recipient, which include, and you know, I'm sure this changes per region. Because there's like so many different dialects. Like you can be at one end of China and not understand what the fuck someone else from another end is saying. Like they can even be not that far apart. Like Mandarin speakers don't know what the fuck Cantonese speakers are saying, and vice versa. It's interesting. So here we go. We've got 瞧不起. 瞧不起 means to look down upon. 瞧不起. I know 不 means un or not or no. It's like the negative. It's like un or d before a thing. Okay, we have 这那. 这那 is a Shanghainese for fuck, similar to the usage to 操, albeit less strong. 这那. 这那. We have 叫你妈. Oh, ma, not ma. Ma, that's mom. 操你妈 means, oh, fuck your mother. May also be written with the synonymous homophonic character 操. So, 操操. Oh, it's just the same sound, but it's a different character. 操你妈. Fuck your mom. We have another ma. Oh my god. 妈来个逼. 妈来个逼 means your mother's fucking cunt, i.e., motherfucker. So, ma is mom again, or mother. 妈了个逼. B, your mother's fucking cunt. We have 傻逼, stupid cunt. So, okay, so B is cunt. Le is just like a thing they throw in there. It's not a specific word. Le. So, 傻逼, stupid cunt. 谢谢傻逼. 傻逼. 谢谢傻逼. Thank you, stupid cunt. We have 屌丝. Oh. 屌丝 means literally penis hair. 屌丝 penis hair, used to refer to a young male of mediocre appearance and social standing, often in an ironic and self-deprecating manner. Recently, I taught one of my overseas friends the term fuck ass, because we were talking about bad haircuts, and I was like, oh, here's one I bet you don't know, fuck ass, because he's been like, they study English in school in China, and then like he'd sort of been using it more for like work, you know, 'cause he's an adult, but it's not like an everyday thing. He definitely speaks English better than he says he does, or feels he does. He's much more fluent speaker than he believes he is. But yeah, I taught him fuck ass recently. But Diao Si, penis hair. Okay, Chu Sheng. That means brute. Chu Sheng. We have Tu Si Ba. Chu Si Ba. Chu Si Ba. Go to hell. Okay, moving on, we have interjections, generally used to express surprise and anger. These include 我操. Okay, so 操 means shit or fuck. Okay, no. Okay, yeah, no. See, we're going back here. 操你妈 means fuck your mother. 操你妈, 操你妈, 操你妈. So 操 means fuck. So 我操 means I fuck, but in context of its use, it means like holy shit or holy fuck. 我, because 我 is I, me, 我操, I fuck. May also be written as 我操, in Chinese internet slang. Probably something to do with simplicity of the characters or something. There's a lot of play with, because it is a tonal language. Mandarin has 4 tones, and then Cantonese, I believe, has 9 tones. It could be 11, could be 6, 7. Hey, and that, audio listeners, the video watchers just got a really fun visual joke. You probably couldn't guess what I was doing with my hands. 6, 7, whoa, no cap. Dead ass? Are we dead ass? 我操. Holy shit, I fuck. And then we have mother means damn it. So mother, okay, interesting. Racial slurs. Okay. Xenophobic, racial, and otherwise discriminatory slurs. Now, why were racial slurs not included in the Japanese insults thing? Because I guarantee you, they've got a massive buffet of racial fucking slurs. The Japanese, I guarantee, have a lot of racial slurs. So why were those not included? Because I feel like they're probably kind of common. Regardless, they're right here, so let's check out what some of these say. Gongzi means commie guy. Gongzi. It is a derogatory slang term used by Taiwanese people against mainland Chinese, which refers to the Chinese Communist Party and communism as an ad hominem. Okay, so it's used by Chinese people against other Chinese people because Taiwan is China. 二鬼子 means World War II devils. During World War II, 二鬼子 referred to traitors among the traitors among the Han Chinese and Koreans in the Imperial Japanese Army, as the Japanese were known as guizi, guizi, zi. Is it zi or zi? It's probably zi or because is sun, ben is Japan, or ben is sun origin. Let's see. As the Japanese were known as devils for massacring innocent children and women. Today, 二鬼子 is used to describe ethnic Koreans who have been absorbed into Japan and joined the Japanese Imperial Army. It is rarely used as a slur in recent times, so it was during one of the Sino-Japanese wars, but this one particularly World War II, the rape of Nanking, I don't know how to pronounce it. Here we go. Another one. A lot of these are directed at the Japanese. If you know the fucking history, it's not so offensive as it is fucking understandable. 小日本 is 小日本 is little Japanese, an ethnic slur targeting Japanese people, especially Japanese invaders, which was used beginning in the Second Sino-Japanese War. It is the Mandarin Chinese equivalent of the English slang term Jap, and was used to mock the invaders' physically short stature compared to Chinese people, and Japan's smaller area size compared to China. However, in recent times, ordinary Japanese people may not be greatly offended by the term, instead finding them ironically cute, thus rendering the slur less offensive than intended. So, yeah, it's the Japanese insults and that sort of thing, even though Japan has not acknowledged, like refuses to acknowledge what the atrocities they've done in the past. A lot of Chinese, younger adult Chinese, they understand the historical context, but they also view it as like, but the Japanese people living today are not the ones who did that. What their ancestors did was unforgivable. But these people here right now, we're not the perpetrators. So, there's a lot of like consuming, anime, otaku culture in China, but China also has its own still growing nerd culture and animation industry and that sort of thing. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not saying that one. That's a pretty bad one. Yeah, I'm skipping those. Are there any others on this list here? Here's some common ones that weren't listed. I don't know why these were not listed because these ones are more common. Ben Dan is stupid egg. Yeah, it's mean to call someone a fool or an idiot. Ben Dan. So Dan is egg. So ji dan is chicken egg because ji is chicken. So ji ro is chicken meat, whereas niu ro is cow meat or beef. The more you know. 很蛋 is mixed egg. Oh, translates closely to bastard, scoundrel, or jerk. Mixed 很蛋 mixed egg or like scrambled egg. Probably scrambled egg because like you're an egg and you got scrambled up and you came out a fucking asshole growing up. Wang ba dan means tortoise egg. Wang ba dan. Tortoise egg, highly derogatory term for an untrustworthy or stupid person. And then gondan means rolling egg, the equivalent of the English phrase get lost or fuck off. Gondan. Yeah, I love that. A lot of egg. Rolling egg. Roll off egg. Roll out of here. Animal and behavior. Pai mai pi. Now, I didn't specifically write Mandarin. I just wrote Common Chinese. So I'm not sure if some of these are Cantonese or not, but that sounds more Cantonese, perhaps. I don't know. Pai ma pi is pat a horse's ass, the equivalent of brown nosing or sucking up to a boss. Zhu tou, pig head, used to call someone stubborn or blockheaded. Chu shang means brute or beast. Chu, so shang means on top of or to climb onto. Interesting. So what's chu? Oh, climb on a beast or climb on animal. Used to describe a person who lacks morals. So possibly animal fucker. Bai chi is white idiot. Equivalent to idiot or moron. Mocking intelligence. Bai wu means, so that's 2 205. Oh, yeah, because on netizens, there's a lot of using just numbers. Like they'll type out just numbers like 22222 or something like that, because the word for the number sounds like or very similar to other insult words. So here we've got bai wu, and I've just recently learned bai, which means 100. So is 2. Bai wu. Wu is 5. Is 2. Bai wu. 205 is an idiot or simpleton. According to Reddit, this term stems from an old story about a man claiming a reward and the number generally avoided when discussing pricing. 脑子进水了吧? 脑子进水了吧 means, did you get water in your brain? Used to mock someone for doing or saying something incredibly foolish. I like that one. 脑子 or that's you. No, that. 脑子进水. So I'm not sure what 进 means here, but 水 is water. 了吧. And then strong ones. 傻逼, stupid cunt. We've got, again, 操你妈, fuck your mother. 去死吧, go to hell. And then there's Cantonese, like 丢, fuck, or 仆街 means fall on the street, originally meaning drop dead on the street. So that's it. And then we're running a bit long, but I'm having fun with this. We're going to wrap things up with Polish profanity. Let me get another sip of water, wet my whistle, and we'll get into wrapping this show up. Be right back. All right, let's move on with Polish profanity, starting with the wiki page. The Polish language, like many others, includes swear words and profanity. While some terms are not always regarded as pejorative, others are considered highly offensive. There is a scholarly debate regarding which words in Polish are the most derogatory. Different types of swearing identified by Steven Pinker are present in Polish. These include abusive, cathartic, dysphemistic, I've never heard that word, emphatic, and idiomatic forms. Studies suggest that perceptions of profanity in Poland vary depending on the context, such as swearing in public versus private. In one survey, 65% of adults reported swearing due to emotional reasons, while 21% stated that they never swore. And those 21% are fucking liars, I guarantee you. The CBOS, Centrum Badania Opinii Społecznej, Spoleznie. The Center for Public Opinion Research has conducted surveys on the use of profanity. Its reports note that self-reported data on swearing in private settings may not always be reliable. Blah, 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 blah. Let's jump in here. Vagina. We're going to start with vulgar words. The Dictionary of Real Polish lists 4 vulgar words used in 350 different configurations, including gona, gono. See, when it comes to, sort of linguistic spelling out of, Asian languages, it's a little easier. Polish is hard as hell. So I'm going to try my best here. We're going to start with vagina. So we've got 2 terms here. Tsipa means literally pussy. It's a diminutive form of chipka, which is usually not considered as crude. It's an insult directed towards a female or a person regarded as incompetent. Tsipa, pussy. And then we've got pizda, similar to tsipa, but more vulgar, comparable to the English word cunt, also used in Russian mat. It also means a black eye, interesting, and a coward, pizda. Moving on to penis, we've got 3 terms here. We've got suj, means dick or cock. It is the diminutive form of sujek, an insult for a rude person, usually male, or a disliked male. We've got chujovi. Oh my God, this is so hard. Chujovi, an adjective derived from chuj, literally meaning dick-like. Oh, chujovi, dick-like. Masculine form chujovi, feminine chujova, neuter chujove. Often used to describe an object or situation of poor or undesirable quality. Example, chujovi samochod, a vehicle that broadly fails in its utility to be of use, breaks down often, looks bad. A piece of shit car, chujovi samochod. And then we have chujovo, because the W is pronounced like a V. Chujovo, an adverb derived from suj, used to describe a bad state of being or being in a poor way of doing something. So, sujovo, man, this is really dickish. Man, I'm in the dicks. I'm in the dick mood. Okay. To copulate. Okay, so we have pierdolixie. Pierdolixie means to have sex, to waste time on something, to be overly cautious with something. We have ziebat, literally to fuck or to have sex with. Considered one of the most versatile vulgar words in Polish. Well, kind of like kurwa bobor, dzibat. Considered one of the most vulgar. So we've got odzibak, means to mess up. Gotai odzibatelis. Fuck, what is that saying? What did you do? We have rozibak. Rozibat means to break or destroy. Rozibalem sabotodna zverzviji. I wrecked my car by driving it into a tree. Prezjebet means to screw up or be in trouble. Unma prezjeban. He's in deep trouble. Unma prezjeban. Vyezjebat means to throw away. Vyezjebalam televisor. I bet that's some about a television. Televisor. Brezezne okno. I threw the TV out of the window. We have Naziebat, meaning to beat someone or to get drunk. Why are those two put together? To get drunk and to beat someone? Why are those two wrapped together? Chłopaki się nazywali jak zolepod biedronka. Biedronka. The guys got drunk like bums in front of the biedronka. We have Zadjebat, to kill, to steal. Goski zabajlaj mi gorzale. Zaraj gorzadjebe. This guy stole my vodka. I'm going to kill him. Okay. Udziebat, to get dirty. Udziebale siezyak zvinya. Go get yourself dirty like a pig. Ooh. And preziebat, to hit. Vkurvil miene to mu preziebralem. He pissed me off, so I hit him. Here we have pip. Oh my God. Pip. Peprizit. Peprizit means to have sex or to fuck, to talk or lie, talk nonsense, to disregard something or someone as an unimportant, to waste time on something. In a non-vulgar sense, it means to add pepper. Peprizit. Peprizit. Pepper it. Pepper it. Peprizit. Perdolit. Perdolit means to fuck again. Okay. Perdolit. Regarding something as irrelevant, not worth attention, to lie or talk nonsense. Vieux set. To have sex with someone, to fuck, a variation of rutsat, often used in the past or future tense, also means to deceive someone or to steal from someone. We have vriznit, to fuck. I've heard that one before. Vriznit, to fuck. In addition, has additional non-vulgar meanings of to saw. Okay, sawing, fucking, I get. And then viperdalat means to kick someone out, to leave or get away from somewhere, to throw something away. Other terms are dupa. Ooh, I like that one. Dupa. I like it because it's fucking easy. These are the hardest words I've read today. Dupa means buttocks or ass. It means a scaredy cat. Insult directed at a man. Vulgar way to refer to an attractive woman. Like a fine piece of ass. Dupa. Dupa lipa. Can refer to a girlfriend, preferably when discussed in her absence, unless derogatorily described as a dzidzra. This one I've seen before. Govnuk. I think I'm saying that right. Govnuk means shit. Govnuk. I thought kurva. Oh, no. That's coming up next. That's the one after the next one. So govnik means shit. Govno. Oh, that's it. The C's backwards. Govno. Shit. An insult toward a person considered untrustworthy of attention, something useless or worthless, can also mean nothing, similar to English expressions like jack shit or fuck all. What are you doing? Govno. Nothing. Govno. Jasna selra. Jasna cholera? What the fuck? Jasna cholera. So jasna schlera. Jasna schlera. Jasna schlera. An expression of frustration similar to holy shit in English. And then we have here kurva. Oh, kurva bobber. It means a female prostitute, an immoral or unethical person. Really, the real use is just fuck or shit. It's just a catch-all curse word like, oh, fuck. Oh, kurva, kurva. Also used as a filler, like fucking in English. Like, I hate this fucking show. Kurva, bober. Context and function. Yeah, we're not getting into that. I'm going to see if there are any more here we haven't covered. Balvan. Ooh, balvan means snowman, but colloquially, literally means snowman, balvan, but it means blockhead or idiot. Oh, this guy's a fucking snowman. Get a load of balvan. Debil, idiota, idiota, moron or imbecile. Simbal, dimwit or blockhead. Matol, blockhead. Glaba, glab, literally means core or stump. Also means blockhead. Animal and figurative comparisons. We have osiol, donkey or ass to denote stubbornness or stupidity. Yelen translates to deer. Idiomatically implies a gullible person, a naive, a sucker. Babstil, derogatory word for a nasty or unpleasant woman. Oh, great, more of that. Fleja, a filthy or unkempt person. And then we've got some common modifiers and slang phrases. Tai plus insult. So tai is you. So tai dupeku or kotarobisi, meaning you asshole, what are you doing? Pierdoloni. Fucking, and then spierdalaj, meaning fuck off. And on that note, I'm going to fuck off out of this podcast. This has gone way longer than I thought it would. I hope you had fun. I hope you laughed and learned something new. And I hope to catch you in this week's bonus episode at patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. Thanks for tuning in. That's all for now. Bye.